how was it to play still audience tonight?
Because when we started out, we like a still audience would have been really good because we were doing stuff that was very slow and ambient, and then we tried to make it so that it was so we play festivals and stuff, you know. And now when you come to do a seated venue, it's like really hard because we've spent all this time trying to inject quite a lot of energy into like music that's quite ambient. So yeah, it was really nice actually, and it's quite relaxing, and there's a feeling of like people like really listening, which was, you know, it's nice every now and again. So yeah,
because the feedback of the audience sometimes, if you see people dancing, you maybe think, okay, this is working, or if you see people listening,
people dance to anything as well, and you can just yell out some stupid shit and people, whoa, you know. So quite often I just say some dumb shit down the microphone, and then just to hear people, whoa, you know, which has nothing to do with where we are, or just kind of this weird kind of yelling at each other, you know? Yeah. Which is nice to not do that, you know. So
you're doing a huge tour. You don't have a day off, actually.
We're just playing festivals at the moment. I mean, we start pretty soon, and we've done worse. This is quite relaxed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And how is it going with the new album?
I think it's going all right. I mean, I think it's a harder record to get into than the first one. Mm-hmm. And so, like, quite a lot of people have said, like, just now, like, in the last couple of weeks, like, oh, I just kind of, you know, got it, instead of, like, straight away, you know? And for me, that's, like, a really good thing. Like, I'm really glad that we made a record that takes some time to
it doesn't strike at the first listening.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of, like, we genuinely got quite a lot of, like, hate mail, like letters in the post saying like this is shit, you know, like why have you done this? And then I think a few months later it's good to do something that's like, you know, challenges people, and then they come around to it after some time. And it's not a very long time, but in today's industry it is quite a long time. But some of my favourite records, I think, like, I didn't understand at first, but there was something that made me go back to them all the time, and then one day it just, you know, clicks sometime afterwards. Mm-hmm. And those are the ones that, like, I still listen to now from when I was 16 and stuff like that, you know, the ones that, like, changed the way you thought about music and stuff. So that's, like, the goal, you know. It's nice if you can do that even in a small way. So
there is a huge difference between Crooks and Lovers and Sping Fault Less Youth. So
they were 3 years apart, so
of course.
We were like, I wasn't even very happy with the first album when we finished it, because I don't know, I felt like we'd made the record that, it was like we'd done these two short records, and then we made the album that, like, seemed like it made sense after that, and I wanted to do something different, you know. And even though I look back on it now with, like, fondness and I'm happy about it, but this record was much more of like a personal thing and like a more of a challenge, and it was much less looking out at other music and much more looking in. But I still think it's, you know, I think it's important to be looking out and to, like, be making music for other people.
What are you listening at the moment?
I don't know, I hate that question.
But we want to know. To listen to good stuff.
I don't know, I mean, yeah. Oh, he's gone for it. So our driver plays this game that's set in Venice, Assassin's Creed, and so it's set in
the video game.
Yeah, the video game's set around this city, and so he's getting excited every time he sees something from the video game.
Okay.
And he just climbed up like 6 foot.
Okay.
Yeah, he's taking pictures of everything that's in Assassin's Creed. So yeah. So we can go to the next question. We're not listening to anything.
No. Okay, you don't listen to anything.
No.
Actually, my only question at the moment is, why did you play for such a short period of time? Because we are really, really
eager to listen more.
But it's not your fault. I mean, I know.
I think it's good. You know, we always like veer on the shorter side of stuff. I think we prefer to like to not overdo it, and I think 1 hour is enough. For any band in the entire world, I think anything over an hour is just like too much for anyone. Even if I see my favourite band in the entire world, you know, I want to sing for over 1 hour.
Living wanting more.
Yeah. And just like anything over that is just like kind of self-indulgent, you know. And yeah, I'm not gonna like bitch about other people, but I think when you get into like the 2-hour sets and stuff like that, it's just bullshit, you know. Like it's complete. Although, you know, having said that, there are exceptions when it works. But for our music, I think it's good to veer on the side of leaving people with some idea, you know. Because if you overdo it, I think there's nothing worse than like being like, oh, I wish this, like I enjoyed this, but I wish this was their last song, you know. And I never want to do that because it's like it's such a unfortunate thing, I think. So yeah. And also there was there's very little interaction with the crowd, you know, because there's like no movement, or it was so silent in between songs and stuff. So I think we were just like quite nervous and just racing into it, even though the gaps in between the songs seemed like a really long time because it's so quiet.
Yeah, it seemed to be.
It seemed long, but just because we were quiet, it's just actually it was a short span of time.
Yeah, somebody was like, "Come on, man!" I was like, "What? There you go, going as quick as I can."
Let's play.
Yeah.
What about a King Crew collaboration? Why did you choose? Him. Yeah.
Not
Just because he's great, you know. Like, there's like no one else that we would have. Like, we didn't really want to work with anybody else on the record, especially the second album, because it was like we wanted to steer clear of having anyone guest vocal on the album because I just think it's crap, you know, when electronic music like degrades itself by being like backing track for somebody else's vocals and like making it real by having somebody else sing on it. So I felt like we still had a lot to say with us, you know, in ourselves. It was just that he was around when we heard him, we were like, it was so breathtakingly good and like much more so than anything else that was around. And he lived just down the road, and yeah, he was just somebody that, like, you know, I also, like, more so than like being like, oh, his voice is really good or something like that, I felt like there was that connection. I felt like it would fit together, even though it was quite different. When I was listening to it, I was like, this would fit together really well. I think there's like something like in his composition and his compositional style that I thought would like really work. I think he does quite a lot with very little, you know, and I think that's what we try to do as well.
Fresh and raw at the same time, yeah.
Yeah, it was a real joy, you know, it's a real pleasure, and we're like, I love him. I've got like a massive crush on him. I love him so much.
You're young as well.
I'm not that young. Yeah, I don't feel that young. I'm not gonna. It's 20. How 27? No, yeah.
We're the same age.
Yeah, I hate it. 27's been the worst, the hardest one.
I know.
So it feels like 26, even everything up to 26 seems like 20s. 27 sounds like you can see 30, 27.
You have to get serious now.
I remember when I was like 20, even like 24, 25, and I met one of our managers who's 27. I was like, oh, you're old, you know. And now,
Why?
7 is the sound of it. 7, you know, it's the end of something. It's 7, 27. Yeah. I'll almost be happier at 28, I think. You accept it, you know. But
This is more around. Yeah. What's in store for you in the future? Do you already know, or?
Yeah, we're touring until February, pretty much every day.
You're coming in Italy.
Yeah, in December. Yeah. So, and we're trying to write music whilst we're going along, and it's like we've done a little bit. I'd really like to put out another record this year, like even like an EP or something like that. But I'm not sure.
Another record.
Yeah, because we left it 3 years last time, and I would like to do it. It's too much, and I'd like to just knock something out really quickly and not really think about it too much, you know. Because but
there's so much to listen to.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like 4 tracks or something like that, you know. Like
it's right.
But I don't know when we'll have time to do it. We're going to try and build a little studio on our tour bus for America, and then we'll see what happens.
Do you have a drummer now?
Yeah.
And it sounds to play with like.
It's cool. I like. We were very hesitant to like have somebody. Sometimes you see electronic bands get a drummer, you know, and it's like everything gets replaced with, and it's like we're a live band now, you know. And he's much more of like he plays everything the same as us, so he just and so but not like none of us play very well at anything, you know. So we just kind of just about make do with what we can, you know, play. So
just to get the sound you want.
Yeah. And I think I like working with non-musicians really, and he's like, it's when it's like appropriate, you know. There's times when it's more appropriate to use a drum machine, and we still will do that, you know.
Thank you so much.
No worries.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the show, for the interview.